Why do we care what other people think? What if we stopped caring what other people think of us? Would our life be better? Now, there's an interesting thing to consider there, though, because it's human nature to want to be part of a group. And if we get rejected from a group, if people don't like us, if people pick on us, if people bully us, if we don't feel like we're part of a crowd, it doesn't feel nice. So that's just a human nature thing that we have to overcome. So there's a great question to ask there. Who do you want to like you? So if nobody likes you and you still like yourself, that's a pretty cool place to live, I would suggest. So there's a great place to start. What do I need to do to make sure that I love who I am? Do I respect myself? Do I have integrity? Am I honest? Am I loyal? Can I look myself in the eye and be really proud of who I am? And I think that's the foundation of having a great day, isn't it? I love who I am. I'm proud of who I am. I respect myself. And then I can go out into the world as a great human being. Now, what if other people don't like and respect me? Now, that may not matter, and I'll stand here very passionately. I spend a lot of time on my own, and I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Where I live really is in the middle of nowhere, and sometimes there goes days where I don't see anybody. But because I like hanging out with me and because I'm constantly learning and growing and investing time in my brain and my body, I don't need people in my life, and I think that's a beautiful place to live. But if you feel like you need people, the better question to ask would be, what kind of people do you need? Not, I just need to have people around me, but what kind of people? Because if you like and respect yourself and you believe you're a good person and other people don't like you, there's a reason for that. If you've got a certain set of beliefs, a set of standards, a set of core values, and the people around you don't think that they're good, why do you care what they think? Are you going to lower your standards, compromise your core values, negotiate your non-negotiable standards to suit people who don't agree with them? And what would happen to your own self-esteem if you did that? What happens to your self-respect if you stand for something and you allow other people to pull you down? And they wouldn't be pulling you down, would they? You would be allowing them to pull you down. I think that's a really important differentiation. People can't upset us. We allow people to upset us. People can't hurt us. We allow them to hurt us. And I've lived with that all of my life. There's two parts to that. I love that concept. I was taught that concept a really long time ago, that I don't have to feel hurt just because people are trying to hurt me. And in fact, the opposite to that, my father taught me this, that if people are trying to hurt you and you are hurt, then who wins? If somebody's trying to upset you and you get upset, who wins? Now you're a double loser because you've gotten upset and they've made you upset. You've allowed that to happen. Don't be a double loser, Rowie. Now that's just a personal thing that I say to myself. If somebody's trying to upset me, if somebody's trying to pull my standards down, if somebody's criticising me for what I believe in and what I stand for, I'm not going to take that on board, and I don't have to, and neither do you. Isn't that exciting? So do we need to have respect, acceptance, appreciation from other people? And there are some scientists and some sociologists, psychiatrists, psychologists that believe that is a basic human need. We need to have the acceptance of other people. We need to feel like we're connected to other people. And if that's part of your life and you do feel that, what kind of people? Why do you need to be connected to people that don't respect you, don't treat you respectfully, don't want you to be successful, don't want you to achieve whatever it is that you stand for? So could it be a really good idea to pick a different crowd? If you need to have connection with people and this group of people doesn't respect who you are, could it be time to change groups? If we need acceptance because it's part of our human nature, why do we want acceptance from people that don't have the same standards that we do? And let's find the people that do. And here's another really personal question. If I stand for something, if I believe in something, if I've got core values, if I've got non-negotiable standards, am I more likely to attract that kind of person into my life? So if I want to have respectful people in my life, surely I have to be a respectful person. If I want to have funny people in my life, surely I've got to have a sense of humour. If being healthy, fit and strong is important to me, surely I want to have healthy, fit, strong people in my life so that we all are believing the same thing. It's one of the reasons why social media has become very popular, but also very controversial and very argumentative, and often breaks people apart. because now we can share our opinion. So all the people with this same opinion, they get together on a social media platform and they become part of a group, part of a culture, even part of a cult. People that believe the opposite, they can all come together now from all over the world. So whatever your core values are, your standards, your passion, it could be your sport, your art, your business, there are other people in the world who'll have the same ideas, opinions, convictions that you do. It's one of the reasons why religion and Christianity and all the different kinds of religions that have collect people, because I have that same belief. I believe in the same book or the same Bible or the same God. So let's get together and enjoy each other's company rather than trying to fight and disagree with other people. Now, interestingly, with religion, for example, and with social media, for example, that's often a cause for fight and argument, and some really ugly things go on because of that, because there seems to be missing respect. You have the right to your opinion, I have the right to my opinion. If I have a different opinion to you, I don't have to hang out with you, we don't have to argue. You just invest time with your group of people and I invest time with mine. One of the things as I was growing up, I was taught that my religion was the only religion. Well, one of the logical things I've taken on board is whatever religion or belief or conviction you have, find other people that have the same one as you and become part of their religion or their group or their culture, rather than trying to fight with other people's, because we all have the right, don't we, to have our own opinion, our own political beliefs, our religious beliefs, our sexual persuasion beliefs. There's a lot of argument now about different genders and what's right and wrong about all of that. Well, here's a beautiful thing about respect. I have the right to love who I love, and you have the right to love who you love. Would that be fair? I have the right to dress the way I want to dress, and you have the right to dress the way you want to dress. Sometimes it's controlled by the weather, so if it's cold, most people are wearing a jacket. But if it's cold and somebody's wearing swimming costume, why would we criticise them for that? They've just decided that they want to wear a swimming costume when it's cold. And they might be from Antarctica, so it's actually warm for them. And that's one of the things that I think we forget, that there's differences in people. That's what makes the world so exciting, isn't it? That we're different. We're all unique and different. So we either respect each other's uniqueness and differences, or we try and change people, or we argue with people, or we go to war. And that's one of the big ones, that people have gone to war for religion. They've gone to war for sexual beliefs. They've gone to war for all sorts of reasons, because you can't have a different opinion to me, so let's fight about it. And I don't want to fight. I'm a lover, not a fighter. And whatever you believe in. So that's not for me to say you have to be a fighter or a lover like me. It's about you get to decide what you want to do. I get to decide what I want to do. And then whether you like me or not shouldn't matter. What's really interesting there is the respect. If you are a strong, powerful human being and you stand for something, are you more likely to be respected? Even if people don't like you, is it possible they will respect you because you don't fall over for the crowd? You don't get moved around because 1 week I'm wearing this and the next week I'm wearing that. That's what fashion's all about. One season it's high-waisted jeans and the next season it's low-waisted jeans. One season it's pointy heels and the next season it's cloggy heels. One season it's fluorescent colours and the next season it's pastel colours. Well, here's a better question. What suits you? Who cares what's in fashion? What is your style? And that's one of my favourite quotes when it comes to clothes, of course. Fashion will always go out of style, but style never goes out of fashion. What is your style? What do you stand for? What do you believe in? What are your core values? What would you die for? And if people don't like that, why the hell should you care? Are you more likely to attract people with the same headspace if you stand for something? And then the people and here's a beautiful thing, if you respect somebody, you will probably want them to respect you. Would that be fair? And there's a reason that you respect that person. It might be for their intelligence, for their wealth, for the way they live their life, their religious belief. But if you respect somebody and you would like them to respect you, then you probably need to be on the same page, have the same beliefs. Would that be fair? If you expect people to like you and put you into their social group, so for example, I don't drink and I don't smoke and I don't take drugs. Now, I have no disrespect for people who do that. I've got a husband that drinks every single day. I've got people in my life who use all sorts of different drugs. I've got people in my life that come from all sorts of different sexual persuasions, different religions, different political beliefs. Everybody's got the right to do whatever they bloody well want. Isn't that exciting? But I don't, for example, I don't want to be in a room with a smoker. And it's not because I don't like the person, I just don't like the smoke. I don't need to be accepted by other people that have a different belief to me. But if I have somebody that I respect and we're on the same page and I do something that annoys them, pees them off, is disrespectful of them and they don't like me anymore, there's a reason they don't like me anymore, and I have to accept that because they thought I was a certain kind of person and I didn't live up to their expectation. I didn't live up to what they respected me for. So that's that person not liking me anymore, I have to look at myself and say, they thought that I was a respectful, kind, loyal, beautiful person. I didn't live up to their expectation. Of course they're not going to like me anymore because I've let them down. That's a whole different story than this bunch of people who don't even like me and respect me for what I stand for. Why do I care what they think? And wouldn't it be nice if we could teach our kids that? Our kids that want to be loved by everybody, we can't be loved by everybody. Another beautiful quote my father gave me, there's always going to be people who pull you down. In fact, if you don't have people pulling you down, you're not climbing high enough. The higher you climb, the more people will pull you down. But not the other climbers, not the other people who are successful. Here's another great example. I love beautiful cars. I've always dreamt of beautiful cars. I've always aimed and had goals to have beautiful cars. And I always share not because of the car, but because of the person that you have to become to have a really nice car. Well, I've driven beautiful cars for quite a few years now, and here's what happens. That car will get spat on, people will scratch it, people will call me names. I remember pulling into a service station one day and a guy said to me, "What are you, a drug dealer or a prostitute?" Because I had a really nice car. But here's what's never happened. Other people with really nice cars have never spat at me, have never tried to scratch my car, and have never called me names or been nasty to me for having a nice car. Other people with nice cars. Other people with nice cars have always been very respectful. And it only happened to K-Man and I yesterday. We drove past another car the same as ours, and we ended up in the same shop as this particular guy. We saw the guy. We parked in the same shopping centre. We ended up standing next to him in the shop, and he just made this beautiful comment. K-Man made the beautiful comment first, "Mate, you've got a gorgeous car." And the guy looked at both of us with a huge big smile on his face and said, "And so do you." Now, I've been in that exact same situation where people have called me names when they've seen my beautiful car. I'm sharing this with you for a very special reason. Who are you? What do you stand for? What are your core values? What do you believe in? Those people will respect you. And if they stop respecting you, it's because you've done something that's not worthy of their respect. If you stand for something, if you've got core values, if you've got non-negotiable standards and you're a great person and the crowd doesn't like you, who cares? Be aware that you are a beautiful, unique person. And if you are aiming to become an even more beautiful, unique, precious, fit, strong, healthy, wise person every day, that's your driving force to keep becoming a better person. The only person that really needs to respect who you are is you. Would that be fair? The only person who really needs to like you is you. Is it possible that the other people that are doing the same thing as you, they will also like you and respect you, and everybody else will probably hate you? And won't that be awesome? Because why would you want people who don't respect who you are? Why would you even want them to like you? That's my big question. Thank you so much for coming to Romax. Romax is about living your life to the max. And how can you possibly live your life to the max if you are controlled by other people? Great question. Super duper doo, how are you? I'm sure you are amazing because you love who you are and you respect who you are.